Going on, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Yash Talks Football. Today is a preview for the big one and probably the biggest game of Mikel Arteta's managerial career, barring the obviously the FA Cup final, which he won God knows how long ago now, which is also our last trophy. And speaking of trophies, this is our only shot of actually winning one this year. The league is all but done. Literally, I think Liverpool need like 2 wins to go, and yeah, the Champions League is all we got left. And I'll tell you what, if we were to win it, it will be a very good achievement. However, we still yet to get past Real Madrid, and yes, the tie is at 3-0. However, it is at the Bernabeu, and we've seen some wild things happen in that stadium, at least what I can remember from the past couple of, or maybe past 4 or 5 years, in fact. But if you are new around here, like, sub, and share the content around. Do whatever you got to do to help the channel grow. And yeah, so we travelled to the Santiago Bernabeu with a 3-goal lead, like I said. Because we absolutely battered Madrid in the first. Let's be real. There's times where you beat teams 3-0, big teams 3-0, and you think, yeah, sometimes it may be lucky. However, Madrid, apart from maybe the chance with Vinny, which should have squared it to Mbappe, and the Mbappe one-on-one, they offered nothing at all. And that is exactly why I'm not so bothered when it comes to the second leg, because a lot of people are thinking that Madrid have got to do some massive comeback. They're going to close the roof in the stadium, they're going to show motivational videos, and for me, in my opinion, whilst that's all great, if you got players who have the mentality to turn it back round, you don't even need to do all of that. The fact that they're going to all this extent to pretty much save their season, because I'm pretty sure Barca are quite a few points clear now because they won their game, and they've also got Barca again in the cup final. So this is pretty much their season, and this is pretty much, if I'm being honest, Carlo Ancelotti's last chance to even stay in the Madrid job, because if he gets knocked out, which I think he will, I think we will beat Madrid. Whether we beat him on the night, I don't know. I think we will. We are going to go through to the semi-finals. I think if he was to lose that cup final as well, it will definitely be the end for Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. But after that, if for some reason Arteta doesn't win the Champions League, which I don't think he will, I would take Carlo Ancelotti at Arsenal. However, the whole point of this video is that we've got to look at the semi-final, and let's be real, I think we're through. I think a 3-goal lead is definitely enough. The only way I see us bottling this is if they score. If they're maybe 2-0 up in the first half, that's all I really see. If we're maybe 1-0 down in the first half, but we are getting some sort of foothold in the game, I won't be too bothered. If I start seeing things in the first half that are like, yeah, we're on the ropes here, then I'll start to be worried. However, I think with how solid that Mikel Arteta does set up our defensive structure, and the fact that Madrid's front line definitely rely on pace, Vinny definitely relies on pace for me, and Mbappe does. Rodrigo not so much, but because he is probably, in my opinion, he's the best out of all them front three players. I've also got Jude Bellingham, who I don't particularly rate, but can score a couple goals. One key player there we'll miss, though, however, is Eduardo Camavinga, because towards the end of the game in London, he did get a second yellow card, which means he won't be playing this game, and he scored the winner for them against Alaves, I believe, at the weekend. So yeah, I think even though he won the best in the first leg, I think not having him for the second leg will definitely be a big miss, which means they'll probably have to play Dani Ceballos. And to be fair, from what I'm hearing from Madrid fans, he's been having a good season, and their team has not been great at all this season from what I've seen. I think they will still probably have Fede Valverde at right back and David Alaba at left back, which means, to be fair, David Alaba got cooked by Saka in the first leg, and Gabriel Martinelli was getting the better of David Alaba at times. So I think with regards to having that direct ball in the counter, I think we should be sorted for that. My score prediction, I'm going to go with a 1-1. I think we will score out there, because Madrid, as good as they are and as intimidating as that atmosphere will be, they do give up chances, and the fact we should have beaten about 6-7-0 or maybe 5-6-0 in that first leg, they will definitely give up chances. And look, I think we will qualify for the semi final. Like I said, the only way I see us bottling this is that if they're at least 2-0 up in that first half. But like I said, I think we will score. We may even score first, I don't know. And I trust our defensively solid structure to get through that, even though there is Jakub Kiwior in defence. And the good news that came out is that Thomas Partey is travelling to Madrid, which is definitely a good sign. So him and Rice should be our midfield partnership. And like I said, yeah, score prediction 1-1. And with regards to the team lineup, I would probably go the exact same team that started the first leg. But to be fair, I'd rather fucking Zinchenko start over Erdegaard, because we pretty much played with 10 men when he was playing the other week. So yeah, here's what it is. Remember, like, sub, and share the content around, and I'll see you a lot in a bit.